have the video also if you want to click from it, but and then I've got my notes and they're pulled up. Okay.
All right, that's good.
We're ready to go? Are you on record?
Yes.
Okay. 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 All right. So let's do this. Okay. So hello and welcome to season 1, episode 1 of Words with Artists. I'm your host, Dusty Lynn Baker, and together we will meet amazing artists of all genres, learn a bit of local history, and write a few lines of creative fiction. Today I'm joined by Judy Quinlin, and we are at the Beck's Mill, Grist Mill, National Historic Site. It is in Salem, Indiana, and Washington County. And behind the scenes is my sidekick and sound man, Austin Adamson. So Judy is an artist in many different ways. She is a painter, but she is also you're a writer. And you don't think you write as well as you do. You really write well. So she does some great creative writing, but her paintings are amazing, and she's a big volunteer here. So we thought this would be a great place to do the interview. So Judy, how did you choose your field of art, or how did that come to you?
That is interesting. Actually, my father gave me a paint set when I was probably 4th grade. And it was a paint by number. And I liked it. And then he later then gifted me with an oil paint set. And I started creating then. And I done a few paintings and just kind of set it aside because, started a family and everything. But we moved to the Beck's Mill area. And I just fell in love with the mill, and I started painting again. My first real painting was Beck's Mill, and I just absolutely loved every bit of it. Sketched it many times, and I couldn't even tell you how many times I painted it. I wish I would have kept track.
I know, yeah, I was thinking about that as a question because I know you painted it so many times, and so basically you didn't go looking to become an artist or a painter. It came to you. Your father kind of said, here's something fun, and you just kept going.
Absolutely. Yes. He saw that I was truly interested in it, and I kept wanting more and more, and he thought, yes, this is her, where she wants to go.
That's great. I love that. So how would you describe yourself as an artist? What type of artist? Or the style of painting that you do? Or
I mostly do scenes. I have done a few animals. I have never been able to capture the people like what you do and everything. You do really well with your sketches and everything. But I just like nature. I was really excited about doing the bumblebee today.
Oh, yeah.
And everything. So anything like that just really strikes me. Old barns. I really like old barns and the fences and stuff like that.
So the bumblebee, what that is we do monthly paint parties out here at Beck's Mill to benefit and raise money for the mill. And we do different painting every month. And this month was going to be a bumblebee on a honeybee on a honeycomb.
Yes, honeybee on a honeycomb.
Okay, and what do you do to continue learning? Like, how do you expand how you paint or?
Well, that's where you kind of come and play. I've learned a lot from you, Dusty, by coming. You think, oh, well, you don't need to learn, but I do learn from you. It is different techniques and different ways you do things, and I have incorporated a lot of what you have taught into my stuff.
That's nice to hear.
And I do like the glitter.
Yeah.
I never thought about using glitter, and you just glab it up, So I do like it. I bought all kinds of glitter, actually, so I have been glittering things. Does really make a pretty snow scene with the sparkles and everything.
And we did on the pumpkins.
The pumpkins.
Oh, the pumpkins just made them gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the things we do is with these paint parties. I like, when I do a paint party, I like people to come away with different paintings. I don't want 20 people to come away with the exact same painting. I want it to be unique. I want people to have their own colors.
Yes.
And of course, yours are always even more unique than anybody else's. She always adds extra little things in, so it's pretty neat. So, what do you think was your biggest mistake? Something that you've done that you've kind of learned from,
Oh gosh, yes. I'm impatient. I want it to be able to, I don't know. I've always done oil paintings until I got with you and I started doing acrylic with you. And the oil paintings have to sometimes dry, and they take a long time to dry. And if you do not let those paintings dry a little bit, you're going to end up with mud. And I've made a lot of mistakes with oil painting, with my colors turning out to look like mud.
And with acrylics, it dries too fast.
It
And
does
so
fast.
I've really kind of worked, I'm working my way more into, I'm still doing, you know, of course acrylics are great for paint parties and for teaching, especially first learners and stuff. But I'm really getting into the watercolors and the ink and wash. I love the watercolors because they dry, but you can still go back and re-wet them and then still keep doing stuff with them.
Yes.
And if a line edge doesn't come out the way you want it, you just stick that water on that brush and go back in, and it's just amazing what you can do
I
with
have
the
done a
watercolor.
couple of watercolors, and they are. I done a kingfish bird one time, and I just absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So where do you go from here?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm just anxious to retire here in a couple of years to where I can focus more. I really want to focus more on it. It's just not enough hours in the day.
There isn't. I want to do so many things.
Me too. And I keep thinking, oh gosh, I hope my hands stay with me and I don't get crippled up where I can't hold a paintbrush.
Right.
You know?
And that's what got me into painting was I have arthritis in my hands and I have eye issues, and so it's just like I used to do these fine little detailed things, and that's what got me into painting because I can be free and I can, you know, when I sketch, I can do that urban style sketching.
Yeah.
So I have a very loose drawing, and I don't. If it's not perfect, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be.
I like your style. I really do.
It's a good style for getting older. That's for sure.
Oh,
Okay, so where can any of our podcast listeners? Where can they see your work?
Oh, well, mostly at Beck's Mill.
Right.
I have done a few festivals, and I'm thinking about getting back into the festival scene. I used to go to Orleans all the time. They have a good outlet for artists over there, the Orleans Farmers Market, on Saturday mornings, but I haven't been there for a few years. But mostly Beck's Mill has my items in it.
And it is some beautiful items. It's not just a regular painting, but there's a cabin up on the hill, and there's a huge round sawblade.
Yeah, it was
just
found on the
enormous.
third floor of the mill, so
Okay.
it was actually the mill's saw
That's
for their
amazing.
sawmill. And then I last year done the sash saw that belonged to the mill. So
Yeah.
there's a few items here and there tucked
Yeah,
around.
so if you come here and you're looking for Easter eggs, just look for Judy's name,
Yes.
and you'll find them on a lot of different paintings.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of
yes.
different things. So, okay, so what are you working on right now? Do you have a project that's going on
Yes,
at the moment?
I do. Actually, I'm going to hopefully wrap it up this afternoon. My nephew redone his living room, and above their fireplace, they wanted to put a really nice navy colors, blues flower scene. And so it's been interesting with making the flowers bluish and everything, but it's coming out really nice. And I just feel so honored that a family member would want one of my paintings. I mean, I know people's gotten my paintings before, but for a family member to say, hey, I want that included in my home, it's really just an honor for me to be able to do something for them.
I think that means more. Even when in the classrooms in the school, when I go into different teachers' rooms to substitute, I'll sit there and I'll sketch a scene in their room, and I actually, I capture their shelves and what's on their shelves, and I'll always put a student or two in there.
Yeah.
And then I give it to them. And it means so much more. I don't want to take it and sell it. It means so much to be able to give that to them, and they have this photo of their classroom and their students. Yeah, I love that kind of thing.
Oh, I'm sure that the gift deal is amazing. It is amazing.
Okay, so and anything that you have coming up within the next month or two, or like over the next, especially this summer. Now we're really getting close into summer.
Yeah, we've got the fair coming up, and that always, makes me want to strike up something new to maybe enter in the fair. I didn't get it done last year, but I am wanting to get something started because that's just within a few weeks
Right.
and everything. And I always enjoy going to the fair because I see everybody else's work and
Yeah.
and just all things, not just paintings, you know, their needlework and all that. It's just really interesting and sparks some ideas sometimes to.
Yeah. And
to
you
see
do the
that.
fiber, you know, you're involved with the fiber. I don't know what all
Yeah.
you do with fiber, but I know we had the fiber revival here last Saturday.
Yes.
That was a week ago yesterday. And like the Peacemaker quilts were here
I know.
from Washington County, and you know, and you go upstairs and you've got we actually had people outside the door shearing sheep, taking the wool upstairs,
I know.
and then they're turning the wool, spinning it, and then people are over there
Yeah, weaving
making,
it and
you know,
spinning
weaving,
and,
and yeah,
and yeah,
it's amazing.
It
It is.
is. And then, you know, like you said, the quilters, I mean, her quilts are made with that wool because she does the felt applique on her quilts. And, you know, IU just really comes in and embraces the mill when they come and has all the different students doing different things. The tie-dye was with natural dyes. And that's an art. That's an art because you actually are making your own style of scarf that you want to do and deciding which dyes you want to combine to
It's an art knowing the nature to
Yes.
find those things, do those dyes, and
Right.
yeah, it is amazing.
the walnut and marigold and
Yeah.
everything that makes those colors for your clothing. It's just bit of fun, you know.
So, what I'd like you to do is tell me about. I mean, you know, you're so tied to the mill, but can
Okay.
you tell me about the mill? Tell me about, you know, the historical significance, and just, you know, just
Absolutely. Well, they do consider it a gem of Washington County, but it's also considered to be a missing link because this mill here actually does so many different items. It does not only does corn milling, it has the wheat processing. You have your wool carding, and at one time they actually had a sawmill attached to it too. So it done a lot of different things. But what my story that I love the best is about Beck Allen, because she changed it to a tourist attraction, and she's the one that created all the little tables, the geo tables, and the different little concrete items that you'll see, flower pots made out of the rocks, and some cave items. Her greenhouse that she done is made out of cave, some of it's cave formations.
and she did this in the 1800s,
It would have been the early 1900s.
early 1900s.
Yeah, that she done and changed it to a tourist attraction. So she even had, talk about a gardening artist, on the hillside, she had laid out daffodils in the shape of Indiana. And they still come up, but they don't look like Indiana
Yeah.
any longer. But you say, oh, I know, that was her Indiana, you know. But she did do, and your artistry, you know, can come in so many different forms and everything. And she had a vision, and she wanted this to be very pretty. So she used a lot of it in the gardening technique and everything.
Yeah, so it's 100 years, over 100 years.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That's
over
amazing.
100 years of her daffodil Indiana, you know, and her geodes and all of her little creations.
And what's amazing is the room we're in right now. This is an open door
Yeah,
dining room, and this
open
was
air
hers
dining.
also.
It was. She served chicken dinners out of here. I think it was a 1920s Evansville newspaper proclaimed Beck's Mill the best tourist attraction, best chicken dinners. You just had to let her know the night before how many chickens to chop up for you. And I always thought Essie was the cook, but I found out later from Joyce Anderson, she was the 7th generation Beck. She said it was actually Emma Jane, her mother, that done the chicken and dumpling cooking. But Essie's always gotten credit.
Yeah. And the sound you hear in the background too is the water. I mean,
Yeah.
and hopefully it's not draining us out too much, but it is just so amazing to sit here and to listen to this water. And it's just down from us. I mean, we're right above the mill, and it's just the water is just right next to us and down from us. But it also is cool. It's just
Oh, yeah.
amazing the feel in this room.
Natural air conditioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is amazing. All right, so what we're gonna do, this is what I call our Bowman minute,
I
and
love
you know
that.
Kathy Bowman. So,
Yes.
so I am gonna choose 3 words from our conversation.
Okay.
Let me think. Let me do this. I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna choose wool.
Okay.
And then I'm going to choose daffodils.
Okay.
And then we'll go with Indiana today.
Okay.
Okay, so Austin, you're going to set a timer for us for 1 minute. All right? And what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called the Bowman Minute. And we are just going to free write. We're going to think about things that we talked about. And we're going to take these 3 words and we're going to focus on them. And we're just going to free write. So basically what that means is if you want to follow along with us, just get a paper and a pen. And you just think about those 3 words and just write whatever comes to your mind. Don't try to do structure. Don't try to do anything. Just write. And just let your mind just kind of go with it.
Okay.
So let us know when you're ready, Austin.
Go.
Are you ready? Go. All right.
Five, four, three, two, one. Time's up.
Here's my word. All right. Okay. All right. Bowman Minute. Here we go. Okay. So Austin's got our timer and we've got our thing. So, of course, guest goes first. So, Judy, let's hear what you wrote.
My ink ran out.
Oh, no.
And it was started back
And it was a
up.
brand new pen.
It was a brand new pen.
Okay.
But I
See what we
tried-
got.
Indiana daffodils are beautifully blooming on the Beck's hill in the springtime. The sheep are grazing at the bottom of the hill, awaiting their world to be renewed.
Oh, wow. See? Don't tell me. Oh, see?
I could have kept going with those sheep. But I read here, Austin. You didn't
So
give me
we'll have
another
to write that for you later. You can take the pencil and do the little
Yeah, yes.
secret message thing right there.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab my glasses so I can read this. So this is mine. I have the daffodils form a history of this place, a soft coloring now spread by nature and the love of time and growth. In the middle, the wool is taken to new creation. And that's
yes,
as
beautiful.
far as I got. 1 minute. It's amazing.
Yes.
What? And now I want to keep writing that. I don't
I
want to
know, that's the
stop.
way with me. I just, like I said, I
You
want
gotta
to
take
keep
it
going.
home and finish it. That's what you gotta do. Gotta take it home and finish
That was
it.
fun. That was fun. That was sweet.
Well, I gotta thank you so much, Judy, for
You're welcome.
doing this with me. This is the first one. It's our experiment.
Yeah.
We have had some technical issues, but that's okay. It's fun, and we're getting it, and we're doing everything.
I enjoyed it. Thank
So,
you.
for my listeners, these free writing exercises will be posted at wordswithartist.com. I would love to read your writings too, so jump in the conversation and share what you've written from today's in the comments. And be sure to join me every Monday as I entertain the ghost of our past while sipping a bit of tea and having some words with artists. Thank you. All right,
Same?
sound off.
Same?
We're done. You were there.
I was